two things. The first is abundance, and the second is unbundling. Well, with the internet, we sort of got this ability for anybody to publish content and for anybody to, essentially play, at least on the internet, in a level sort of playing field. The ability to write a piece of content and have it presented in much the same format as somebody who owned a newspaper company really created this level playing field. Suddenly, I can go to one specific publisher to get my sports news, and therefore the value that the sports news within a bundled newspaper product holds is a lot lower, because actually I can go somewhere else to get that. So in Australia, those numbers don't look too bad right now, but it's still very early days. And the real challenge that the newspapers are going to face is holding on to those subscribers, but also holding onto those subscribers while keeping their sites accessible enough to drive a much wider audience that they can then sell advertising to. And advertising is going to continue to be a critical revenue stream. They can't survive off subscription, much like they could never survive off just selling newspapers. They had to sell advertising in the newspapers too. So the challenge really is, how do you turn the subscribers that you have, people that have indicated some willingness to pay for the news product that's behind the paywall, how do you turn them into long-term subscribers? I think it probably comes down to the idea of abundance and the fact that especially newspaper publishers have traditionally been three things. They've been sort of content collectors and content creators and content distributors. If they're going to be creating content that they're going to sit behind a paywall, that content has to be much better than the content I can get for free anywhere else online. And so the challenge there is that, are newspapers creating content that is that much better that can't be found anywhere else on the other side of a paywall? Look, that's a hard question. I think the quality of specific news organisations within Australia does vary, but really importantly, the reason the quality of various publications varies is because they recognise that their audience varies. The quality of journalism can be affected by how much a business can actually invest in what they feel is really high quality journalism. There are some publications, mostly international publications, places like ProPublica, and even The Guardian, where they are openly and actively willing to invest in quality journalism because they feel that quality journalism is important. And that's absolutely true. Quality journalism is important. From an Australian point of view, I don't think that is a part of the argument that is as critical as it is in other parts of the world.